once I knew I was doing this and it was youth and truth, I decided to put up an interactive message so that I get representation from the youth as well and get some questions to ask you. A lot of them asked about Atma, some about happiness, and there was a overwhelming amount of messages coming, especially from Tamil Nadu, that were asking about the issue of land grabbing near your ashram. And I know that this question has been asked several times, and I think you have even given an answer, but there is still a feeling that land grabbing has happened, and I don't know where this is. I don't know the truth about any of this. I'm completely ignorant. I haven't read the actual accusation.
They did not talk about the kidneys?
Kidneys, no.
Kidney grabbing, they didn't talk.
Kidney grabbing, no.
They've been going on with kidney grabbing for some time because it didn't work. Now they've come to land grabbing in the last 3 years.
Oh, it's been
the
going
last
on since
25 years, some campaign is going that I've killed 100 elephants.
Okay.
Raised out a full rainforest. Nobody knows where the rainforest is. And I killed 100 elephants with just my bare hands. And I pull kidneys out, you better check it out, you might have lost one. And this land grab. I've said this openly, I shouldn't say it too often, but because you're saying young people from Tamil Nadu are asking, I'll invite these young people, your fans, ask them to make a group of whatever, 10, 20 people who are very smart. Let them come with all the maps and panchayat documents, everything. Anywhere, either private land, government land, forest land, 1 inch, not 1 acre, 1 inch, if Isha Foundation has grabbed 1 inch of land, this is the last you'll see of me. I leave the country. How… is that good enough?
So,
I'm saying… No, I'm saying this is going on like… People said, they campaigned, they made videos of how elephants are dying in the ashram, okay? All animated videos were made. They said full forest was removed. Then we put out the Google map. The land was not in our hands in 2006, it was somebody else's land. Later on we bought it. From 2006 onwards, there are Google maps. We put out the Google maps, it shows it's barren land.
No vegetation.
No. And you see the Google maps from 2006 to now, has vegetation gone up or gone down? Well, before that there were no Google maps. Check the panchayat records. All the survey numbers that we own today, just check the panchayat records from 1994, since we own this land. What were the crops before 1994? Was that forest? Was it even trees? Or was it crops, dry crops mostly? Well, check the panchayat records, don't go by what I say. But without checking, young people, if they're interested in truth or they're interested in just slander, you have done enough slander. United Nations recognizes me as the ecological champion in the world, okay? We are part of their program. We have the highest ecological award in the country, Indira Gandhi Paryavaran Puraskar. Wildlife Trust of India says that not an inch has been taken. Forest Department in Tamil Nadu says there is absolutely no encroachment. Ministry of Environment and Forests says there's no encroachment anywhere, nor are we in any way obstructing any wildlife. In fact, we've blocked all the hunters and others and sandalwood cutters and everybody, so we've made enemies, of course. We made enemies from vested interests, and they're going on for last 25 years. Young people must be interested in truth. I will open all the records. Panchayat is there, forget about my records. I'll open the gates of ashram for you to come and stay there for a week and investigate everything. Talk to all the agencies concerned. If 1 inch is taken, only 1 inch if it's taken, I'll leave. Is that good enough for the young people?
Have all these been put out, the
Everything
UNESCO,
is there on the website.
Okay. Oh, all the documents…
Yes, everything is there. This just goes on simply because it's a motivated media. Anonymous media on the social media thing, they just go on saying the same things. So if they're genuine, if these fans of yours are genuine youth concerned about ecology, concerned about justice in Tamil Nadu, please let them come and investigate whichever way they want. I'll open the entire document segment, it's all digitized, our documents. We'll open the entire thing, you can look at it. Then go and refer to it in the panchayat documents, that is also reasonably digitized. If there is any encroachment, please show me. All agencies have found there is no encroachment, and above all, am I interested in a stupid piece of land that you have? This is because certain people want access to the forest and we are sitting there as a block because it's at the tri-junction.
Oh, tri-junction.
Tri-junction means three state borders are there. There is certain activity going on. It is those people who are carrying on this campaign endlessly. And ask the police. Ask the police what all they've been doing, because they want access to the jungle.
Because it has resources?
No, they have their own other agendas.
But if there is a really interested bunch of kids who really want to know and they can spread the word…
I'm telling you,
I will get
right now I will keep you as the contact. If there are 10-15 people, sensible people who have some knowledge about this, want to come and examine, I'll do it. But after that, you and your fans must openly speak, this is absolute rubbish.
They will, these 10-15 and…
Please.
Yeah, they will.
Please do that now.
If there are interested
It will
people
save a
like
lot of time and energy for me answering this idiotic stuff all the time.
I think we could have done… if this wasn't an issue, we could have done one other question…
Yes.
instead of this.
Life is going waste because it's going on like this, the same thing.
The
Why I'm
people…
speaking like this is because young people who are with me, these are not people who come for money, these are volunteers. They came in their 20s and they worked hard to build this entire thing. You must come and see what we have built. In the world, it's one of the unique places that we have built on the planet. People are coming from across the world today and it's appreciated everywhere in the country. It is on the Incredible India campaign, but these people are unhappy. I will tell you to what extent they're prejudiced. A group of government officials come for inspection, all right, including the collector. So one official says, they have built a factory shed without permission.
Isha.
Yes, Visha has
Okay.
built. So we ask, where is the factory shed? We've not built anything. He points at Adiyogi statue and says, this is a factory shed. The collector asks, what is this, you're calling Adiyogi as factory shed? He says, as far as I am concerned, it's a factory shed because inside it has steel structure, outside it has sheet metal, it's a factory shed. You've seen the Adiyogi statue?
I've seen
The
pictures.
images.
Yeah.
Looking at the Adiyogi statue, if you're calling it a factory shed, just tell me who is this man? We have permission for a monument, we built a monument, but that guy wants to categorize Adiyogi statue as a factory shed and put some case on us. Tell me who, you must think through this politically, who is calling Adiyogi as a factory shed? So this is what young people are being influenced by. Please come and examine if you want. Whatever you want, all right?
Done,
And
Sadhguru.
15 years ago, how the mountain was, today how it is, how green it is.
There are images.
Oh, please check it out, no, don't believe me. The entire mountain has turned green. Who did it? You think all these idiots who are writing nonsense did it? Millions of trees have gone up on the mountain. Who did it? Please check it out. People ask, where is the proof you planted? Well, go walk into the mountain and see all the trees are 18, 20 years old. That doesn't happen in a forest, isn't it? In a rainforest, if you find except bamboo, all the trees are 18, 20 years old, somebody must have put it, isn't it? You don't want to give me the credit, leave it. Somebody put it 18, 20 years ago after we came. Maybe I didn't do it, Shiva did it, it's okay. It's fine. We are not asking for credit, we are happy it's green.
But I hope that this issue clears out and everyone…
No,
has
this
their
issue will never clear out.
At least for the non-motivated, because I've seen that seeing this discussion, people who are not motivated also tend to take sides, as in
No,
this new
I'm saying this issue will never clear because they will come up with new things and new things all the time. Otherwise, they'll go on saying it because these are people, this is a Nazi mindset. They believe that if they tell a lie 100 times, it'll become true. Unfortunately, in this country, they've learned that. So, if these youth, we are talking youth and truth, if they're interested in truth, let them take a week off, come and examine every document, every survey stone around the boundary. If 1 inch is there, I will leave. You will never see me again, huh? You can bring cameras, please.
Okay.
You can bring cameras, I will set up a team to take you around, which is all our property. If we have occupied any forest land as you're claiming, you will not see me again. Is that good enough?
And I'll let them know.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sadhguru.
Please take care, there is something that you need to handle right now. It's very much possible for every human being if they just do a few things right with how they sit, how they stand, how they breathe, how they eat. If they just take care of a few things, a simple process, every human being is capable living in a very energetic way throughout their life. Ojas means it's a non-physical dimension of energy. If sufficient ojas hangs around you, you're well lubricated. You'll pass through the world effortlessly. You will see, for some people, passage through this world is terribly difficult. For some people, wherever they go, they will pass through smoothly. Have you seen this? You yourself, on a certain day, it looks like the whole world is cooperating with you. On another day, the whole world seems to be standing up against you. Have you noticed this? If you create enough ojas, then you will pass through the world smoothly. Now you're doing Shambhavi. If you're doing it every day, you will develop ojas, some amount of ojas, which will see suddenly everything seems to be facilitated for you, it just happens. If you generate sufficient ojas to wrap every cell in your body with this, well, you will not only be healthy, you will be bouncing healthy. It could greatly reverse the aging process, which we have in many ways documented through various scientific research and medical universities recording this. But above all, well, I'm the living proof that health is not something that you worry about, health is not some kind of diagnostics for you that you are healthy. It is a way of keeping life in an overflowing sense of exuberance. So, building oxygen into the blood is one of the important things because how healthy the body is, how easily it rejuvenates itself depends on a high level of oxygen in the blood. And that capability will go down, particularly women have to be careful on this because of the biological process, that their hemoglobin content may go down and their ability to carry oxygen in the blood will come down, which will make them unnecessarily exhausted, will make them look unintelligent. And yes, if the RBC is low, you feel dumb because there's not enough oxygen in the brain and it doesn't function the way it needs to function, both the body and the brain. So, to take care of this, one of the simple things is you consume a little bit of honey in warm water on a daily basis. And you will see slowly the RBC content will go up. If there's more oxygen in the blood, suddenly you feel a burst of energy, suddenly everything is active, the rejuvenation system in the body is going up, the dead cells are being replaced quickly. The level of inertia that you feel in the body is much lower, the level of inertia that you feel in your mind is much lower. What the neem does to your system? Well, in more tangible terms, one immediate thing it will do is, it will keep your alimentary tract clean. So within this alimentary tract, there are a whole host of microorganisms. Many of them have turned friendly to us. We are living because of them, we are able to digest food because of them. Many functions in the body happen because of them. But still there are many who are harmful to us. The uniqueness of neem, especially when it is taken along with turmeric, if these two things go together, largely those things which are not necessary for the body, those things which can harm the body, any kind of parasital life which is there, all these things get eliminated. You can keep this body like breeze, simply it goes ahead of you, you don't have to drag it wherever you go. It must float ahead of you. You can keep it like that with a little bit of yogic practice, very little, I'm saying. If you invest 20-30 minutes a day upon your well-being, you can do this, just putting the right kind of fuel. I'm not telling you eat this way, eat that way, just experiment and see, all right? Just experiment and see. Tonight if you go, instead of eating whatever cooked food, just eat fruits and see, tomorrow morning you will not need an alarm bell, you will wake up before the alarm bell. What you should do is, today you start 10% natural food, fruits, vegetables, whatever. Tomorrow make it 20%, 30%, like this. In 9 days you reach 100%. Then you bring it down. Stay in 100… if you have any physical ailment, stay there for 5 to 7 days. If you are a healthy person, stay there for 1 or 2 days and then cut it by 10% every day, bring it down to 50% and hold it there and see. For most people it'll work at its best. If you want little more or less, you can adjust it accordingly. This is something you have to find your own rhythm within yourself.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. Sadhguru, one of the 5 elements, Panchabhuta, is Akasha, space, and in one of your YouTube videos, I've heard you, you say ether, you mention ether about space in Akasha. So, once you, in your talk now, in time travel, you talk about space, so this ether and space in Akasha, I'm a bit confused, can you please elaborate on the ether part?
I'm glad you're confused. Because confusion is a much better state to be than stupid conclusions that one makes. Confusion means you're still looking, that's nice. That's my intent, to keep you confused. Yeah, because I want you to be seeking, always. Nobody said Akasha is space, we said Akash is ether. That's not an appropriate translation, but reasonably. Ether is not space, ether is a certain dimension of existence, subtle. When we say space, we are talking about kala or non-existence. We are talking about Shiva, that which is not. When we say Akash, we are talking about that which is. Here you are. Here you are as a human being. There are many levels from grossness to subtleness here. If you have constipation, you still have something gross inside you. Above that, there is a little more refined aspects of body. Above that, there is a lung full of air. Above that, there's a brain and thought and emotion and so many things. And there is life going in and out. And there is akasha involved. There is water, there is physical material, there is air, there is temperature, there's fire, and there is akash which makes this. Don't try to understand that, just get this right, because this is a mini cosmos. So if you perceive this right, you know that because today there is no question about this anymore. We've always been saying this in the yogic dimension, but today modern physics has come up with what is called as the constructional theory, which is talking about how the design factor in the universe, whether it's atomic or cosmic, is fundamentally same design. You as a human being with this kind of form, a grasshopper, an earthworm, a bird, a crawly creature somewhere, all of you have same fundamental design. From atomic to cosmic, the fundamental design is same. The complexity and sophistication of how this design evolves into multiple forms is different. Your design is far more complicated and sophisticated compared to that of an amoeba, but the fundamental design is still same. Only the complexity is increasing. So you don't go about trying to observe the cosmos because you don't have a gallery view of the cosmos. You cannot. There's no place where you can sit and observe cosmos. And in fact, you cannot observe anything except what happens within you. Even if you take a telescope and look at the star is happening only the way it projects in your mind, isn't it? Yes? You don't see any star. This is the reason why you see stars which don't actually exist. Many stars that you see don't exist, but they're projected in your mind in a certain way, and that's how you know it. Or in other words, you only can experience this, or this is the only doorway through which you can experience anything. Whether you want to experience the food that you eat, or the air that you breathe, or the people around you, or the world around you, or the cosmos, you can only experience it the way this is. If this is very clear, you will see it the way it is. If it has taken many forms and shapes, you will see it in so many different ways. These days, I think largely the mirrors have gotten flat, you know. Even now, I think if you buy some cheap mirror, you will look like this. But if you get certain types of concave mirrors, you can definitely reduce your weight in a day. You just go stand, you look like a dash-on. So, the mirrors give different impressions of who you are. Suppose you always looked at your face with a slightly distorted mirror. After some time, you will assume that's how you look. Yes or no? Yes or no? You think that's how you look, because every day you looked at yourself and that's how you looked, and you think that's how you look. So even now, you think the world looks this way simply because that's how it's projected in your mind. If you evolve this mind to a more refined surface, that there is absolutely no any kind of wavering in it, it is perfectly plain mirror, then it will reflect everything the way it is, but upside down. You know, in the mirror, everything is like this. So now you must have the intelligence to correct this without distorting it. See, most people can't turn a dosa around properly. If they try to turn the dosa around, it'll become those kind of things. It takes certain skill to take something like this and turn it around without distorting it. So this is the problem with the mind. One thing is, already it is wavy or choppy, whichever way you kept your mind, but it is definitely wavy. You're seeing the world in the wavy mirror and it's looking certain way. And most people have never attempted to turn it around because they think that's how it is. When you want to turn it around, it takes a certain amount of skill to be able to turn it around without distorting it. So you have two problems. One is to first flatten the mirror so that it is undistorted, and now a much bigger task of wanting to flip it around without any distortion. So that is… we have not approached that in your life yet. First to make the mirror absolutely without distortions. We still working on that one. Is this air very much a part of you as a life? Those who do not say anything, we're going to throttle you. Your life is spread all over here, isn't it? This is physical. Even in this physical, there are many levels of crudeness and subtlety, isn't it? There are very gross elements in the body, there are subtler elements in this body, there is thought, there is emotion, there is air that you breathe. Or in other words, life is always from a hardcore crudeness to many subtleties. Depends how much you spread, that is how much subtlety you have in your life. How wide your wings spread, that much of subtlety is possible. So now what we're referring to as akasha is a subtle dimension of life. If you suck out the akasha, you cannot exist here. If we suck out the air from this hall, you cannot exist here. Though you cannot see it, still it is more vital than your hair, I'm sorry. Because there is more money spent on hair care on the planet, definitely a lot more than the brain care. You see where our values are. If you pull out all your hair, you can still live. If I cut your ears, you can still live. If I cut your nose, you can still live. If I just suck out this air that you cannot even see, most of the time you're not even conscious whether it exists or not. If I suck out the air, you cannot live for a moment, isn't it? If we suck out the akasha, you cannot live for a moment. There is a there's a temple in Karnataka, in southern India, which is called the Annapurneshwari temple. Anybody from Karnataka? You been to Annapurneshwari? So, at the rear part of the temple where most people may not go, because I am always poking into nooks and corners, others are all happy looking at the goddess. There is an inscription in Hale Kannada, that means the old type of Kannada, which is over 3,000 years old. There's an inscription talking about how to design an airplane in a temple. And they're saying, you can do like this, but if you fly these machines, it will disturb the ether in the planet. If it disturbs the akasha, when they say akasha, don't think space. When they're saying if you disturb the akasha, then human beings will not know peace in their life. Once akasha is disturbed, then psychological disturbances will become enormous. I think you're a living proof. I think there was an old movie by Manoj Kumar which said, sure, airplanes and the disturbance that it's causing, and he's glad his ears went away one day. something like that, yes? So, if we suck out the akasha, this physical body will not exist for a moment. So when we say akasha, we are still talking about five elements. As you yourself in the question you mentioned, among the five elements, akash is one. So when we say elements, we are not talking about empty space. We are talking about one more substance. Like earth, like water, like air, like fire, we are talking about one more aspect of five elements. So do not mistake akash for empty space. There are three things you must give a missed call. Have you? You must make sure everybody that you know, your family and friends and everybody on your Facebook, all of them should give a missed call. Have you? And all the people that you do not know in the country, you must make sure they give a missed call. However you do it. These are the only three things you have to do right now, because I want you to understand, 20 to 25 years means, by natural process, by natural democratic process, 4 to 5 governments would have come and gone. You don't know who will be in power, you don't know whether we will be alive or not. So if 4 to 5 governments have to stay on the same course, then people of India have to give one overwhelming yes. I didn't hear anything. An absolutely overwhelming yes, so that if 50 to 60% of the electorate says, this is what we want sustainable maintenance and management and revitalization of our rivers and water bodies. If India speaks in one voice, I don't think any political party, any government, whoever gets elected in the next 25 years are going to forget that and they will stay on course. So Shankaran Pillai went to Goa and he was walking on the beach. There he found something sticking out of the sand. Just out of curiosity, he bent down, pulled it out, and it was a lantern. He took it and just polished it with his shirt, just to clean it up. And the moment he did it, lo, the genie came. The genie came and stood up and said, okay, ask your three boons, you have liberated me, so you have 3 boons. Ask what you want. I looked at this, wow, 3 things, what? And he said, I want a red Ferrari. So right there on the sand, a red gleaming Ferrari. Then the genie said, come on, what's the second one? Shankaran Pillai said, I want $10 million. 10 million neat, crisp currency in the back seat of the Ferrari. The genie said, come on, what's the third one? Shankaran Pillai said, I want to be irresistible to women. He turned into a box of chocolates. So, when something is so dear to your heart, I don't wish to disturb that. See, I'm made of chocolate, can't you see dark chocolate? So, the chocolate by itself is not harmful. Unfortunately, you're taking too much of sugar with it. That's the reason why it causes so many problems. Chocolate eaters are in a lot of trouble because of the volume of sugar that they're taking in.
if you could eat just chocolate. It is a certain kind of stimulant, a very strange kind of stimulant. It has its positive values. Actually, your brains could work, really. Your brains work a little better if you take in cocoa, not with so much sugar. Sugar spoils the whole game. If you just take in cocoa, if you take in cocoa seeds and chew upon it, once you get the hang of it, it's nice. Like chocolate cocoa seeds, if you chew on it, it's very, very good. Pepper, black pepper and cocoa seeds have something very similar. In India, we use honey and black pepper in combination for variety of problems that people have, and it produces miraculous results. Cocoa also has something similar without the sting in it. There is also 100% chocolate available, but maybe most of you won't like it because it'll be bitter. If you can take it without sugar, it's fine, or with minimum sugar, fine. But generally the chocolate that you buy in the market is loaded with sugar.
This pretty widespread manifestation of thyroid imbalance. We must understand this. What you're calling as thyroid, in yoga we don't look at the glands like that. But medically, what you're calling as thyroid is that secretion within you which is trying to calibrate your system on a daily basis. It's just calibrating how much digestion should happen, how much energy should be produced, how much fat should be produced, how much muscle should be built, everything. It's trying to calibrate your physical structure. Your physical structure is very closely related to your psychological structure. Today, there is substantial evidence to show you that if you sit here and think of the mountain, your glandular function will happen in a certain way. If you think about a tiger, it'll happen another way. You think about an ocean, it'll happen another way. You think of a man or a woman, it'll happen another way. Just a thought, nothing. No contact with mountain, no contact with tiger, no contact with man, woman or ocean. Just a thought will fluctuate the glandular function. I'm saying that is how fine the system is, that it is trying to calibrate everything to keep you in a good place. The problem with you is, you need a bullock cart because you are the missing link. You need a bullock cart, but they gave you a fine spaceship. Every little thing will do a world of things. Simply if you touch it, go boom, waves of stuff happening in the system. Simply if you look like this and make one conclusion about the tree, this will go into many varieties of chemical and other kinds of variations. Glandular functions will change. Wherever you may be, whether you're in Mumbai or New York or London, wherever, just look at the situation in which you work. Maybe socially you've gotten used to those things, but look at the kind of atmosphere you're walking in, the number of things that are happening, none of them are conducive for this life. You might have gotten adjusted to it. Maybe now you can't live out of those cities, that's another matter. But the life that you are is not seeking that kind of atmosphere. So the number of variations that are happening within you are not in your favor. Glandular dysfunction is just one manifestation. A very highly calibrated function of glandular function, one thing is the thyroid. It's easily noticeable. The first thing, your physiological and psychological parameters get thrown off a bit simply because disturbance. And another dimension is what's the disturbance that's happening from within you, your own psychological patterns. Another dimension of disturbance is what kind of food is getting into you. There is no way you can eat anything today which is not chemically infested. Eating very organic food, it's little organic chemicals they're using. It's come to that place. It's very difficult to eat something that's just grown in the wild forest, you can pluck out something and eat. That's very, very little, not even a small percentage of people are capable of eating that anymore. It's all from the marketplace. And what goes into the marketplace is all about more, not about what. And also this, in this country, all these things are gone now, don't… My grandmother, every day the vegetable seller, they used to come home with a basket. Just then in the morning they would have plucked, by 7:38 they're at the doorstep. When they come, and she will look at this, when she wants to buy it, she won't allow the vegetable seller to touch the vegetables. They plucked and brought it. It's fresh, just now it's come off the plant. But if it has to go into the balance or if she has to choose 1, 2, 3, 4 like this, she won't let them touch it. You don't touch my vegetables. This is not to keep bacteria away. She doesn't want that woman or that man to touch the vegetables that her children and grandchildren will eat. She will touch it in a certain way. She will fondle it, she'll caress it, she'll look at it like this, and then she will cut it and make it. Don't think this is all funny. All these things are missing in your life. You have to take pills to manage your glandular function, and there is no way by popping a pill you can get it into balance, you can suppress it. You cannot get it into proper balance, no way, because every day it's different, every moment it's different. This is calibration, a very active calibration that's happening. You kill it and just take a pill and somehow manage. You are a little dysfunctional machine. With this dysfunctional machine will manifest in so many ways, and you will only know it when you stretch it. When you're living with minimal stuff, it won't show up. It's like this. See, even if you have a flat tire on your car, at 20 kilometers you can drive home, Some things will crack up, some things will tear up, but still you can drive. Only if you're hitting 200 kilometers per hour, then if the tire goes flat, then you know you fly off the road. So that's all it is. If all these things are taken care of well, now when you rev up your life to function at a much higher level, simply it'll go. Now you rev up your life without bringing that balance, then you see it'll freak. You will see this happening all around you every day. So, to invest that much into our lives, well, you can't leave your city and go and live in the jungle. You can't leave the atmospheres and go away. At least you must equip yourself so that those things don't have too much impact on you. It'll anyway have impact, but how much is the question? How much impact? At least within your home, surround yourself with some plants. If there is no space, fill your room. This is going to have some freaky bedroom. Open up half the roof. Oh, but there's another floor above Sadhguru. Okay, open up the damn walls so that some sunlight comes into you. Yes. Not everything is closed and just one air conditioner is going brrrr all the time. This is one thing, the reverberations around you are freaking this body completely, all the time, brrrr. Particularly when I'm outside the country, particularly in United States. Even in Europe it's a little better. In United States, all the time something is buzzing, endless. When I come here, it's like, just still, which makes you alive. Everything is buzzing, you're like most people are not conscious of it, but it's happening to them. The very fact that they're sleeping 8 hours a day is just that they are not living in their natural habitat. They are trying to protect themselves by sleeping. So, to protect yourself from disease, to protect yourself from mental illnesses, to protect yourself from all kinds of imbalances, you sleep 8–10 hours a day. This is half your life, you're dead. Death is always a good fix. But that's not the fix we are looking for. We are looking for a life fix, not an end fix. If you end something, it is fixed, isn't it? Fixed or no? Fixed, but not the way we want. We want to be here, alive and be fully fixed. So if this has to happen, you can. I know you may look freaky, even I will think you're freaky. But you can bring some plant life into place where you sleep. When you walk, you must always be conscious of the life other than human life. Most people are not even conscious of the human beings, so I'm reminding you, you must be conscious of everything that is alive. A tree, a plant, a blade of grass, a grasshopper hopping, and the people that you don't like are passing by. All kinds of things. You must be alive to everything. Don't need to do any, oh, I love the tree. You don't have to love the tree. You have to be nourished by it. That's the only way to live. You like it or not, it's nourishing you right now. Consciously, if you do it, everything will work better. Something as simple as being alive to everything around you, indiscriminately, may regularize your thyroid problems. Of course, morning hatha yoga is there, kriyas are there, all these things will definitely help, and the consecrated, powerfully consecrated spaces are there. Many things. One of the main reasons is human beings are becoming less and less active as technology grows. In a day, on an average human being, how much activity, physical activity they used to perform in the past, previous generations of people, and how much physical activity all of us are performing right now is abysmally low. With such a low level of activity, keeping the balance in the system is difficult. So little imbalance, don't go to bed. If you feel little imbalanced, you must jump into activity. Wherever activity is happening with some vigor and joy, you must jump into that activity and do more and more of it if you're feeling sick. Really. Because the moment you go back, you're empowering that. Well, if you're very ill, that's a different thing. But otherwise, you must… we are talking about essentially glandular dysfunction of various kinds. Activity is a simple solution for everything. And don't make activity, for those of you in New York, I'm telling you, don't make activity, you have that health band on your thing. 10 steps, 12 steps. Don't do this, that's not the way to do activity, you may get more sick by doing that. Simply, joyfully doing something. Being joyfully alive. Activity is, if you do not know how to sit here and be exuberantly alive, just go and play. Play a game, run around simply. Just imitate the grasshopper when you're walking. Try. Why not? You never did this. This is the problem with you. When you go now, I want to see you because you're going to walk on the grass. You better grow like a grasshopper. Chuk, 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 chuk. You will see how much aliveness will happen with you. Essentially, your fundamental problem is you have become bloody serious about your life. So, we have to again remind you, you will die anyway. Don't be so serious about it because it'll get over in no time. You must loosen the grip. Now if you loosen the grip, that last scene can be different. Otherwise, people see you. That's a great thing that happened to you. You loosen the grip. Now itself if you loosen the grip, you will see life will happen wonderfully well for you.